you recording?
Yep.
Oh. Okay, I think I'm good.
She tough. She tough.
Hey. I don't know why. I get so excited over little things like this.
I was clearly way too excited to use that machine for the first time, but I basically cut my 2x4s in half so that they were 4 feet long, and I'm taking the measuring tape and marking it every 6 inches because that's how far I want my holes to be for my peg wall. And then I'm going to set that aside for now, but then I'm going to mark the length of the wood. I got a 4 feet by 8 feet piece of wood, and I'm marking it every 6 inches down as well. So I did one side and then I did the other side so that we could have level lines. And then I took that piece of wood that I measured before and I used that to mark a line all the way across. And then also, since it was on its side, you can barely see the marks that I made, but I used those as a guideline as well to then transfer the 6-inch marks that I made before. And I'm basically going to be doing that down the entire length of wood so that I could have it all nice and prepped before having to drill the holes. And I bought this carbon hole saw as an attachment for my drill so that I could use it to make all of the holes. So if you have a drill, all you have to do is attach it to the end and just get drilling.
We got Kevin over here making an entire framework for a wall. And I can't even finish one peg wall. After a day's work, still not done. But hey, those are hella holes.
So after you've drilled all your holes, I then took a sander and I just sanded off all the lines that we made before. And also it was to smooth the surface, of course. But this piece of wood was actually sanded down from the description when I saw and I bought it, and I was like, oh, okay, good, less work for me. But hey, still gotta put some elbow grease, right? But then you can also take the sander and use the corner and just kind of get rid of those little pieces of wood sticking out, and just to prevent any splinters and also help the peg go in a little bit easier. So here's a little before and after. Look how clean that is, guys. Alright guys, so I'm almost done. I already drilled all the holes in the peg wall itself. So after my art display, I'm actually going to be giving this to my brother-in-law so that he can have it in his office and just use it as an actual shelf against the wall. But for my display, I figured it would be best to have this separate piece of wood on top of the table that I have. I just got one of those like cheap tables from Walmart that you guys use at picnics and stuff. And I placed some 2x4s underneath the wall because not only am I going to need it to mount it against this piece, but it's actually recommended for when you're going to put it on a wall because you want your pegs to actually sit. Here, I'll put it in. You actually want your pegs to be able to have some room in the back because it's not, it's a tight squeeze, okay. Because you definitely want it to be able to have some room in the back so that it has, you know, some stability. Because if it was actually just at the edge, while I think, even though this is a pretty tight fit, I think it might be okay. It's always just better safe than sorry to be able to have that extra room in the back. But yeah, so I got these pegs cut. Really, like, I'm sure that they were pretty annoyed of me at first. I actually got ones that were too thin because I figured that it needed a little bit of wiggle room for the drill. I got 1 1/4 inch width. So then I went ahead and got some pegs that were 1 1/8 inch, and I was just like, you know, I mean, that's not much of a difference, but there was actually too much wiggle room. So I went back and got 1 1/4 inches, and then I just cut it over there. I cut it into varying lengths because I figure the longer ones I'm going to be hanging t-shirts off of, and the shorter ones, you know, I could put shelves on top. And so that's what I have over here. I cut some pieces of wood so that it could lay on top if you put 2 pegs and stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen a peg wall before, but I basically just wanted some versatility. But yeah, so back to what I was saying, I put 2x4s into there. They're about 4 feet wide, and I just used some wood screws and just drilled those in. It was super easy, and I am not a handyman myself, but I figure I could do projects like this, and like I'm pretty proud of myself. So yeah, I can't wait to see what my art display is going to look like. And fast forward to ArtsGoggle. So I have my pegboard all set up on top of my table, and I'm just arranging my different art pieces. And that's how it turned out. I am literally so happy with how everything came together. And I love the fact that this pegboard was so versatile and I could just switch it up and change where I wanted the shelves to be. It was just perfect for my art display because it was very Urban Outfitter-esque, and I just think that my artwork is definitely somewhat modern and like a street style, so the raw wood was perfect. I did not want to paint it. I love to paint R&B and hip-hop artists because that's just my personal music taste, and it was just literally everything that I could ask for with my first art festival. And when my brother-in-law uses it for his office, we're actually going to be turning it vertically. So this project is really just perfect for anything. If you just need to fill a space, office space, your room, whatever it may be, and you can even make it fit your style. If you paint it, leave it how it is, but it's also all about all the things that you place on it and just how you express your own personality. So I hope you guys liked this video. Stay tuned for my next video. I'll be showing you more of my preparation and my day at ArtsGoggle. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please leave a comment down below of what you thought about this video, and let me know any videos you'd like to see next. And if you'd like to know when I post a video, turn on that post notification button, you know? So yeah, I really hope you guys like this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.